Never trust a person who's being friends with your enemies. Never trust a person who is being friends with your enemies. Would you trust a person who is being friends with your enemies? Which means most to you, a friendship or loyalty? You go in a season of prayer because you have to know the answer to this question. And you have to know, family, because there is a huge possibility that somebody in your friend circle is friends with your enemies. Never be friends with the person who is being friends with your enemies. Don't ever, family, whatever you do, don't ever be friends with a person who is befriending your enemies. Where does the loyalty lie with this person? Where does the loyalty lie with the people in your life who are befriending your enemies, family? You are the middle piece between the enemy. You are the middle piece between the friend and the enemy. It's a dangerous thing to be friends with people who are befriending other people who don't like you. A lot of things that happen to you in your life, it is a huge possibility that your friend circle, some people in your friend group may be the cause of this. They know you, they're close to you, you are talking, you are telling people what's going on in your life, the good, the bad, the highs and the lows in your life, and people will go right back to people who don't like you and tell your business. You are the person that they have in common. Your friend and your enemies have something very valuable in common, and that person is you. You are valuable to your enemies, and you are being valuable to your friend. Don't ever trust a person, family, that you call a friend that is befriending your enemy. Where does loyalty lie with that friend who is befriending your enemies? This is a lot of reason why you get tripped up in life, because people that you are affiliated with, people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, people who you kick it with, who you say you kick it with, people who you say you have a good time with, people that you go shopping with, people that you go out to eat with, people that you go vacation with, you know, the girl trips that you take so you can relax and get away from the spouses and get away from the kids for a moment just to regroup, and you're all laughing and you're having a good time and you're sharing. But guess what? You're going to get in trouble sharing if you're not aware of this, and God will make you aware of this. Go in prayer. Go in prayer, because you are the missing link to somebody. You are the missing link between your friend, and you are a missing link between your enemies. Don't ever trust a person you call friend who is befriending your enemies. Don't ever trust this person, family, who you have close to you, who you have invited into your home, and when you find out that the person that you call friend, the person that you trusted the most, the person that you shared the most information with, personal information, private information, when you learn that they have taken all of that down the road to a person who can't stand you, to a person who hates you, to a person who is your enemy, to a person who does everything that they can do to slander you, to hinder you, to put stumbling blocks in your way, family of God, to cause other people who don't even know you not to like you, not to help you, family. Don't ever trust people like this. Don't ever trust people who are a friend to you, who say they are a friend, who are befriending your enemies. That is just not wise to do. Would you trust a person that you call friend who is friends with your enemies? Some people say, well, they can be friends with me and they can be friends with their enemies, but I beg to differ, because why would you have a person that is attached to you that you call a friend, who you are loyal to, and then that person is befriending your enemy? The person who don't like you, the person who's caused you so much heartache, family, so much pain. How would that make you feel? Would you be friends with a person who is befriending your enemies? You can't trust that person. You can't. It doesn't matter. You can't trust. Don't get in your emotions. Don't let your emotions lead you. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get tripped up. Don't allow your emotions to lead you. How in the world are you going to be comfortable knowing that your friend, who you call a friend, who you call a bestie, is a bestie with your enemies, who is a friend with your enemies. You can't trust that person. You cannot. Their loyalty has already been tested and they have failed. The loyalty of your friend who is befriending somebody who don't like you has already been tested and they have failed. That friend, loyalty to you has been tested when they befriended your enemy. Don't ever trust a person that you call a friend. Don't ever trust a person who say they're your friend and you learn that they are befriending your enemies. Don't ever trust that person, because you can't, family of God. You are the missing link. You are the person that has in common. You are that common denominator between two people, your enemy and your friend. Don't ever forget that. You are the common denominator between your enemies and your friend. And at some point, you're going to get betrayed. At some point, the person that you call a friend, they're going to betray you. They are. And you know one of the reasons why they're going to betray you, family of God? Because they're going to start seeing you out of the eyes of your enemies. This is why you don't engage in evil communications, because it's going to corrupt you. Some of your friends will be corrupted by your enemies. They see you one way, your friend, and now they're going to start seeing you out of the eyes of your enemy. So how can you trust that? Don't you ever trust a person who you have called a friend and you learn that this person or these people are being friends with your enemies. They are disloyal, family. You cannot be friends with a person. You cannot trust a person who is befriending your enemy. You go and pray about this, family of God, because there's a possibility that you have some people that's around you that are befriending the people who don't like you, that are befriending the people that are giving you a real hard time. You can't trust this person. You cannot trust, because what they're going to do, you ever heard this saying, if a dog bring a bone, he'll carry one? They're going to bring you all kind of information about the person who don't like you, don't they? Don't they talk to you and tell you everything that the people say about you that don't like you? And guess what? They're going to take everything that you tell them right back to the person who is your enemy, who does not like you. You cannot trust this person. These people in your life have to be removed, and I mean they have to be permanently removed unless God reconciles that relationship. Loyalty or friendship, which means most to you? Loyalty. Because when you are loyal, you have a true friend. You can say you have a friend, but you can have disloyalty in friendship. A lot of you have experienced a lot of disloyalty in your friendships. You've had a lot of people who you've called friend, who have went and stabbed you in the back with the same people who stabbed you in the back. You've had a lot of people in your life that you call friend, that you got along with at some point in your life, and you found out that they were communicating, that they were dealing with going out eating, going out shopping, having a good time with the same people who oppose you in this life. Don't you trust that? Don't trust a person who is befriending your enemies. Never trust people, family, who you call a friend. Don't ever do that. It's going to cause you so much harm. It's going to cause you so much toxicity in your life, family of God. Don't ever trust a person, ever, who is being friends with your enemies. That person cannot be trusted. Their loyalty has already been tested when they befriended your enemy. This is how you know. The loyalty of this person has already been tested, and they have failed the test. They have failed the test. So you be careful, family, calling people your friend who are befriending your enemy. No. A friend will be loyal to the end. You've had disloyal friendships. It's time for you to cut these people out of your life, family, and pray for them and leave them right where they are. You can't be friends with people who hate you. You can't have a friend in your life. I don't care what they say. It doesn't matter how long you've been with them. It doesn't matter the memories that you've shared. It doesn't matter the things that you've done together as a friend. You can't. You cannot be friends with a person who hates you. You cannot. You cannot have a friend in your life who are befriending people who hate you, who hate your guts, who hate your very presence, who hate to even hear your voice. They're going to bring you all the negative information, and they're going to carry all your information right back to your adversary. This is a tactic of Satan, so be wise and not to do this. If you find yourself in this situation, don't do it. Don't trust a person who you have called a friend who is befriending your enemy. You cannot be loyal. Your friend has to be loyal to you, or your friend is going to be loyal to your enemies. And I can tell you, family of God, if you have a person in your life that you care about, that you've called a friend, who is befriending your enemies, somebody who gives you so much hell, somebody who puts so much pressure in your life, they're going to be loyal to your enemies, and they're going to be disloyal to you. They're disloyal to you when the moment that they decided to be friends with your adversary, they were disloyal to you then. They were disloyal to your family when they gained fellowship. When they joined fellowship with your enemies, they were disloyal off the bat. Off the bat, you got to call it what it is. You got to face the music. You got to face it for whatever it is. You don't want people in your life like that. You deserve better than that. There are people in this world that will be loyal to you. And if you have people in your life circle who you cannot trust, knowing that they are friends with somebody who don't like you, family. If you have somebody in your life that's a friend, somebody you care about, whoever it is, and they are friends with their enemies, you cannot trust. You cannot trust. Your friend, your so-called friend, your frenemies are going to reveal all your information to the person who don't like you. And guess what? You're going to hear your business out of the mouth of somebody else, family of God. And now it's going to cause a disruption in the friendship. Maybe you've known that person for a long time. Maybe you grew up with that person. There's no loyalty in that person. You can't trust that person. Save yourself some heartache and save yourself a lot of pain, and not befriend a person another day in your life who has befriended your enemies, because that person cannot be trusted. And if you give people enough time, they're going to prove if they can be loyal to you. If you give people enough time, they're going to prove to you that they're not trustworthy. And people have proven to you that they have been loyal, they can be loyal, and you have had people in your life who has proven without a shadow of a doubt that they cannot be trusted. And I am here to bring you confirmation today that they can't be trusted. If you are calling somebody a friend who is befriending your enemy, family of God, who do the same things that you do together as friends, that person can't be trusted. They cannot be trusted. So don't talk to that person. Don't engage and give your information out, family of God. You don't have to ask yourself this question either. Why do they do that? Why do they do it? Because they're not truly your friend. They're a frenemy sent by hell to bring disruption and upheavals in your life, to totally destroy your life. We have to be wise people. We have to understand what it is that we go through with, and you can't make excuses for the behavior of other people. Don't even say, I've been knowing this person since my childhood. We've done this and we've done that. We've had a good time. We vacation. We go out to eat. We shop. So what? Where is the loyalty in your friend? They're not a friend. They are loyal to your enemies, and you cannot trust them. You're going to get hurt in the process, family of God. Remove yourself from all toxicity. Would you really trust a person who you call a friend who is befriending your enemy? If you're in this situation, you know God is going to reveal this to you. And whenever you see these things in your life, you have to know to remove yourself from these things, family of God. Don't trust people ever, under no circumstances, who you call a friend, who are being loyal and who are befriending your enemies. Can you imagine your friend who is befriending a person who hates you, who loathes you? Where is the loyalty in people? Where is the loyalty, family of God? You are the person that they have in common. And your enemy needs your friend to stay close, to get up under you, family, to report back to them so that they can know how to destroy you, so that they can know how, family, to knock you on your face. Have you ever wondered when a person leaves your house, when you discuss certain things in your life, and all of a sudden, maybe a day later, a week later, all of your plans, they just get blowed up in midair? It is a reason you have been attacked by hell, family of God. Don't you dare trust a person you call a friend who is befriending your enemy. They can't be loyal to you, family of God. They were disloyal to you the moment that they befriended your enemy. Yes, we are kind to everybody. We love everybody, but you remember, everybody doesn't love you. You remember, everybody does not have your best interest at heart. This is why you got to pray for a spirit of discernment, so you can know. Pray for a spirit of discernment so you can know that you know that you know that you know who is your friend and who is your enemy. If you have a friend who is befriending your enemy, it should make them sick to their belly to be affiliated with a person who hates you so much, family of God. No, you can never trust a person like that. And don't trust people. Don't trust people who are befriending your enemies. How can you have a friend? My goodness, family of God, who are connected to people, who are committed to people who hate you. That means they are committed in destroying you as well. If you have a friend in your life who is committed to people in friendship who don't like you and who hate you, they are committed in helping destroy you. You remember that. They are committed in helping destroy you. If you have a friend, they are committed in helping destroy you. If they are friends with your enemy and they can't be trusted, walk away. Cut your losses and walk away. And don't hold a grudge against people. Walk away, family of God. You got an enemy, and he's always roaming, seeing who he can devour, who he can destroy. You just got to be careful. See, your eyes you have, you got to learn how to look out of your lens to the realm of the spirit, and not just with a natural eye, because it's the things that you don't see in the realm of the spirit that is going to destroy you. When people come to you, you got to know what spirit is in that person. You got to know what spirit that you are inviting in your life. You got to know what spirit that you are committing to. You got to know what spirit that you are befriending. And some of you have been befriending the seed of Satan, family of God. Don't you trust these people who you've called a friend all your life, or who's gone down the road and committed in friendships with your enemies? The devil is a liar. Let those people go. Wash your hands and let them go. I love you, family. We'll talk later. If it be the will of the Lord, don't get scammed on our channel. You see the comment sections. You see these scammers. Don't get scammed. Thank y'all for supporting the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness. That book's going to change your life, family. It is. It's going to transform your whole life. I'm excited for you, family of God. Here on this channel, if you're new, welcome to our channel. We love you here. We invite all of you here. We're family here. And this is what we do. We inspire each other. We motivate. We encourage one another, family of God. We talk about the things that we have gone through with. We talk about the things that we endure in this life, so that we can know how to handle these things the way God wants us to handle them, family of God. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos. Don't forget to hit that like button so we can continue to reach more hurting and broken people for the glory of God. Some of you are asking, how can you sow? Do I have a PayPal? God has not led me to do a PayPal. And at some point, God is going to lead me to remove that cash app, because I only got that cash app created when so many of you flooded my emails asking me how could you sow back into my channel, to our channel, family of God. So right now, this is the only way that you can sow. You can sow through your super thanks. You can sow, family of God, through that, through purchasing the book. These are seeds that you can sow. So hit that heart button if you want to sow back into our channel and purchase the book. It's a way that you can give back, and like the videos. This is also another way that you can sow and keep us in prayer. This is one of the biggest ways that you can pray for us, sending positivity and love to this way, because we send it right back to you, family of God. Don't you trust this person? Don't you trust this person another day in their life? Anytime they open their mouth and talk to you, they're going to tell a lie to your family. They betrayed you the moment that they left you and committed friendship with somebody else. You can't trust people who you call a friend who's befriending your enemy. The devil is a liar. Why would you trust a person who you've called a friend who is befriending your enemy? Loyalty should mean more to you than friendship. And when you have a true friend, they're going to be loyal to you. God didn't send people in your life like this. The enemy does. We'll talk later if it be the will of the Lord.